talk. My name's Alexander. I'm from Ethereal Tomb and To the Bone from Toronto, Canada. We're
And
here with Ada, and we're here with John with from Blackbraid.
okay. So, how are you, John, first of all?
I'm doing pretty great. A
Really?
little stressed, but pretty good.
Okay. So things are moving fast forward too much for, but it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been pretty crazy.
Yeah, I
We're still
mean,
adjusting, I guess.
your interview is the most viewed all entire Poison Room. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
That's
still
awesome.
yeah. So Alex, there's something you want to ask about you Blackbraid, about I don't know, music, something.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask, like, you know, as like an Indigenous creator, do you feel like any responsibility? Like, obviously you do, but I just want to get your take on it. But do you feel any responsibility to portray that in your music and your art, and how so?
Yeah, I guess that's an interesting question because like um I feel like I didn't it wasn't like it's not really like a responsibility. Like I kind of just wanted to do that with Blackbraid as like a personal thing because uh I love black metal. Um and there's not really any like there's a lot of indigenous black metal out there, but um I don't know. I just felt like it was something that was missing, and I didn't really think about it too much when I made that album. The first one, it was kind of just like, yeah, whatever. But now it seems more different because like everyone loved it so much. So I
Right.
feel like the pressure has really gone up since I dropped that first one, and like now I'm like kind of like, yeah, I guess I think about it a lot more than I ever did. But at the same time, like I don't really want there to be many indigenous tropes in my music. I kind of want it to be like uh almost like the background for it. Like kind of always like subtle in there but never like totally upfront and like in your face. I like try to I guess it's like a fine balance. Like I want to make sure that like none of the black metal essence of it is ever lost in that, and it's like black metal first for the most part, but
Absolutely.
they're on the same level, I guess, at the same
Yeah.
time.
I kind of relate to that in a way. We had the first Ethereal Tomb record come out, and like I talked about stuff like that because I'm Cree,
Mhm.
and so I talked about it like subliminally on the first record. But then this record was coming around, and I was like, you know what? Like I feel like, for the lack of a better word, I'll just say responsibility again.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like I just like see more and more and more, and I'm just like, man, I gotta do something.
yeah. It didn't really like. It's almost like not responsibility because like I enjoy writing music like that, and it's like a part of me,
Yeah.
and like it's really fulfilling. But like, yeah, there's definitely like a pressure
Or
more
like
so to do it now
compelled to.
almost. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And something I've experienced on a small scale is people reaching out to me, like other Native kids reaching out to me and like thanking me for representation in the scene. But obviously, you've done that on a fucking massive scale so far, and like I'm so stoked to see it, like, because that's how I see you now. And like when I was thinking about this interview the other day, I was like, man, like, is he the first one to go on like a major kind of like tour?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of stay in my own lane, so I don't
Yeah.
know what all the other bands are doing, but like I know like Mutilated Tyrant just went to Norway for Inferno. Those guys are Navajo, like death metal,
Right.
which is pretty cool, but yeah, I mean, as far as like the other big indigenous metal bands, I don't like I don't think anyone's done a tour this big. Like it's kind of crazy for our first tour, but
Yeah. I was, and especially being like, um, like I love black metal too, but kind of like especially being like a black metal project where it's like I've seen, you know, a couple hundred, you know, that's an exaggeration, but I've seen like 100 indigenous black metal projects, and like yours is like the first one to like I think like take this, you know, stage.
Yeah,
And
hell yeah.
I'm like really stoked to see it.
Yeah.
But to circle around to what I kind of got lost in is like, does anyone hit you up and like thank you or, you know, acknowledge that?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, constantly. And that's pretty awesome. That's like one of the best parts of Blackbraid to me is like bringing Indigenous people together. And I mean, that's kind of like why I guess I wrote that music in the first place is because like what I kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, like trying to keep it black metal but kind of like subtly change this, you know, the undertones of the music, so it still kind of sounds like, you know, like Dissection or something, or Enslaved or something at first listen, but like when you dig deeper into it, it's like very obviously rooted in like, you know, North American and indigenous stuff. And yeah, I mean, that was, I kind of started with that vision just because I've been a metalhead my whole life, and like I love black metal. And you know, I love, you know, like Gorgoroth and Dissection, and you know, I could go on for days, but all these old school like Scandinavian black metal dudes, and like growing up, their music is awesome and I love it, but like growing up in the US as like a native dude, and you know, like when you listen to metal, like you listen to those guys, or you listen to like Metallica or Lamb of God or something, and no, there's no brown people in any of them. So it was kind of just like, I want to make something that is not gimmicky, like it's still like black metal to the core, but like it has a different image and aesthetic behind it, and like isn't just like super medieval and European like everything else.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I was listening to I forget how to pronounce the name, but it's a band from 20 Bucks Spin, and it starts with TZ. It's like, if you were to pronounce it literally, it's like T-Zompty or something like that.
Oh yeah, I know those guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't know them, but I know I know the band. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to the vocalist a little bit ago, and he's like, yeah, like I do this band, like check it out. And I'm like, okay, so I check it out. I'm listening to it, and I'm like, yeah, it just sounds like death metal. It's not like in, like, you know, like in your face indigenous.
Yeah.
And then so it's just like anyone could listen to it, which is, I guess, is also something you're getting at. And then I was like really listening to it, and they had this like interlude, and it's like, oh, like it's just like in guttural vocals, and I was like, all right, there we go.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. It's sick, like kind of bringing indigenous roots to it without really changing the sound of
totally.
the genre at all, you know? Yeah.
Keeping it classic.
Yeah.
And my last question is, I feel like it's pretty obvious, but I just want to confirm it. The last track is a Fine Day to Die Bathory cover?
It is, yeah, it is. I'm wearing a Bathory shirt today.
Oh shit. Dude, yeah, the bassist in Ethereal Tomb hit me up because I shared the album and the track listing and stuff, and my bassist was like, no fucking way, like that has to be a Bathory cover. And I was like you would think it is, you know, like I just wanted to have to make sure. Yeah,
it's first cover I've done. I'm pretty pumped. It came out sick.
Yeah, I'm hyped to hear it, man.
That's my favorite song on the album, I think, but it's probably because it's like the one I didn't write myself, but at the same time, yeah, I think that cover's awesome. Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got. I'm excited to see you in Toronto.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, and you could maybe do some live report for that evening. So we cover some picture if you would be awesome. So we can have some Poison Rock in Canada covering we can warm up for Hellfest. So we start in May. It's the 27th, that's in Toronto.
I have no idea. That sounds about right.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I know that day before, better than usual. But come on, I mean, your first album, okay, we talk, I mean, think in the first interview about 30 minutes about your first album. No, that's the main thing. That first there is the live, the tour, the Dashboard tour that is gonna happen in 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about it? Because it's a huge tour with cattle decapitation, dark funeral. I mean, it's a massive tour. How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty great right now. This whole like winter was pretty stressful just because there's so much fucking prep work that went into it. You know, like the merch and the van and the trail, like everything. There's so much shit to think about. And we weren't a touring band, you know, we played 2 shows, so it wasn't really like set up for that. But now I feel pretty great because it's only like I leave in 5 days and there's not really anything left to worry about. Like now I'm kind of just practicing and
enjoy.
All of like the shitty business things are done.
Yeah.
So I've been pretty stressed about it most of this winter, but I mean I just shipped the van out there like 2 days ago and that was like the last big stressor on my mind. So now I'm kind of just like relaxing until I leave. And I'm not really worried, you know, I'm not really the playing part doesn't stress me at all. Like I'm very excited to play. There's so much other annoying shit that I have to deal with first, and it's like
now we can chill and relax more about as well. Like I was saying to you before, a lot of people are claiming you in Europe. That's I never saw something like that. And so for people that don't know that, you're playing in Europe at, you were saying, Hellfest, Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Right
just
now,
those two,
okay.
For now, yeah.
For now, that's the part that the people will be like reinsured for now. So we can say there is a chance that people can see all around the Europe further. So because that really is not normal. People really, like I say, contact me privately asking me, is playing there? Is playing? I don't know, but I want to speak more about the album because in July, come on, you don't give me a moment of rest. Neither do you, Alex, because we have an interview then after as well.
Yeah, I do want to interject for a sec. I do have to head out. Like I said, I can only pop in for a little bit today.
Okay. Thank you for jumping, Alex, and we will do an interview next time. And thank you.
No problem. John, do you think we can get like a fucking horns up screen cap before I head out?
Oh, hell yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we go. All right, man. Thanks for taking the time, and I'm stoked to talk to you, and I'll see you in Toronto.
Hell yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'll talk to you more later. I know you got to run, but yeah.
All right.
Stoked. Yeah. Right. Good luck too. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.
See you. Okay. Let's talk about the album. That's the part that I like more because I read the track list and it sounds interesting because it's my thought. I mean, it's just my opinion, or you're moving more about the lyrics, more in a spiritual lyric wise, like lyrically, because there is a lot, you know, like spirits, wolves, and I don't know, even I don't want to read all like celestial passage. I saw more like going through inside the spiritualistic side. Am I wrong? Or lyrically you moved more from the nature itself, like physically nature, more to a spiritual side?
I don't know. They're the same thing in my mind. Like I don't really see a difference between those two things. In my head, like the albums are almost exactly the same. Like
okay.
I think I just got better at writing, kind of, and it's like more like perfected and like a tighter sound. But like in my head, like I always knew that I would do these 2 albums together, and the first one was kind of the intro, and like
okay.
The second one is like the main course. So it's kind of like it's gonna be the sound won't really change. Like it's very similar to the first album. I think it's just better. Like a lot of the songs are longer and more thought out, and kind of like a more a perfected version of like the sound I was going for on the first album.
Black first. Is it you call it Blackbraid first or one? Because
oh yeah, Blackbraid 1. Yeah.
Okay, because first, second, I don't like it because it seems like so it's basically like you said, like a continuous of like we can people having these two albums can basically listen all in once, like in continuous basically. And there's as well like in continuous in the like as well in the music, in the songs, in the lyrics wise as well, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was always my plan to do these two together, and I think that's also like why it's so soon. Like it's been less than a year since I did the other one, and I've been writing these songs the whole time. Like this song that comes out tomorrow, the Moss Covered Bones, that one I'm really excited for.
Really?
But that one actually was
there's something, I mean, if you're excited about that, there should be some reasons, so let's say this week.
Well, it's like the first song that I'm getting to share from this album, and I've been sitting on these tracks for so long. It's just like, really, I don't know. I almost forget, like I finished writing that song and recording it probably a year ago. So I like almost forget that people haven't heard it yet, and like it's still, because I've heard it 10,000 times. But yeah, it's just like, that was the first one from this album that I completely finished, so it felt right to do it as the first single, and like I just really love it, and I think it's a good kind of taste of how this next album will go. But anyway, what was I gonna I was got distracted. Oh, I was saying, yeah, so that comes out tomorrow, and like that one, for instance, like it's been done for over a year. Like I think I wrote it, I finished it last April.
Okay. One year.
So, and I was like working on these other songs all summer too. So it's like before the album even dropped, and like I remember making a conscious decision, like before I sent the final for the vinyl press, this song was done, and I like could have put it on the first album, but like I felt like it belonged more on the second album, because of like how put together it is and stuff. So yeah, I've kind of been working on these songs like fluidly with the first one. I just decided that they needed to be like on a separate thing.
Like the first album is more like a warm up, like to know, like the beginning of like in the introduction of a book. Something like that.
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
You change the introduction, and you have the core of the book. So basically, Blackbraid 2 is the core of the beginning. Of course, it's not the core of right, because then it seems you're done with music, so, which is not. I know we both know that. So that's funny, because all the time I was saying, like last year was 6 months ago, that since we did the first interview, said I knew it, that it was gonna hit every rock the bottom, and I always said that to you as well. And now I said, okay, maybe there is some band now, coming up that will be their ear. No, you don't give even any time the band to show, because you push away and there's all eyes on you. And you notice that how people are really interested in your work, in your music, in your voice as well. You could imagine that since we did that interview, because it was August when we did this interview, that was basically maybe one of the first interview with you. And now you are reached out by everyone. You do a tour. Come on. It's like, I don't know. You already created your own place in music history.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So everyone is like addicted to your music, because I think a lot of people can resonate in the song, because it's not that classical black metal. I'm not a huge black metal fan. I came from the folk. So even for me, I can't put you completely, like in the. For me, this week is the folk interview week. Let's say like. And I was like, okay, no metal for this week. But then, okay, I speak with John. But it's not belong for me to black metal or to folk or to something else. It's something that goes beyond the genre of metal. So that's the capability of put it. That's why there are certain types of people as well listening to folk that really loves your music. And I mean, I don't want to say that you can put inside this, a label, a genre, but you think that you fit more specifically to, as John, composer, writer, to the black metal, or I mean, when you compose, just you go and whatever it comes out.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a mix of both, Like I try to just have everything. Like a lot of the times when I write, I don't like think about it or have like a goal or something, but at the same time, like I want to keep it like a black metal project and kind of in that vein. So like if I write like 3 soft songs or something, I'll be like, okay, now it's time to write a black metal song, like
something more
purposely go heavier. So yeah, I don't really think about it that much, but I just kind of, I want it to all feel like put together and like it belongs. So I kind of just keep writing until I'm happy with everything.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, it's your work, but that's because everything in your you create from the all the vinyl that I don't know how many times you have to reissue that vinyl, because every time it got sold out fastly. I don't know how many times, but this album is gonna, I think, as well come out in vinyl, because that was an amazing edition that you did with the first one. So this one will be as well available with these amazing vinyls.
Yeah, the second one, Blackbraid 2, we'll do the vinyl. It'll still be July. Like we already ordered it. We'll probably like release the images in another month or so.
Okay.
But yeah, it's beautiful. I think it came out nicer than the first one.
Oh my god, yeah. And the artwork, who's taking care of the artwork? Because the artwork is stunning.
Oh, it's Adrian Baxter. It's the same artist as I used on the first album.
He's amazing. I get to draw my Poison Rock logo. It's amazing. And all these because as well there is you share the poster of the tour. Is the same?
Oh yeah.
Or is another one?
Oh, that's a different artist. That is a American guy named Christian Taylor did that poster for me.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, it came out amazing.
There is a short amount of copies if people want to have it, I think.
Yeah, I think we got 500 or 600 of the posters. I think it was 600. Yeah.
Okay.
So we are obviously like just doing them on tour for now. But if we do have some left over for tour, I'll definitely throw them on the website. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, and they will go out of stock, because I mean, but you have to go on pre-sale. So you have to warn the 1 month before of the pre-sale, and then all you have to. But I mean, all in this song, because before when Alex asked you about the Bathory cover, that was your favorite. But in this album, there is really some song that you wrote that you cherish. I don't want to say cherish. Come on, it sounds like silly. That it's deep in you. It's really like have a deep meaning for you.
I think they all have some very deep meaning, especially in the second half of the album. It's a little more about like death and some heavier things.
Yeah.
I'm pretty torn. Like, I want to say probably, I think The Spirit Returns is the best song I've ever written and probably the most powerful.
Okay.
And we're making that the second single.
Okay.
We haven't given a date on that yet, actually, but it's gonna be out in like 3 weeks from now. We're not waiting too long after this single to do the second one, so.
You want to go insane, every one of us, yeah.
But yeah, those will be the only 2 singles from this album, The Bones and then The Spirit Returns, and then the album will come out. But I think Spirit Returns is probably the most special song I've written. Yeah, there's just something about it. It's also the shortest song I ever wrote.
How long it lasts?
4.5 minutes.
Okay. So that, but that has a special meanings. Because it has a special meanings. which is special. I mean, it's about something that you experienced or something, or maybe the moment you wrote the song, it was special for you.
Yeah, it's about a lot of things. I don't really want to get into it too much. It's because the lyrics are,
it's important.
Because with it not being out yet. But yeah, it's it just came out extremely powerful, and that's why I made it the second single. Like,
yeah,
I think it's probably going to be the biggest song we've ever had. Like, I feel extremely good about that song, and I think it's probably going to change a lot for us when it comes out.
That's great. But and then as well, there's some video clips that you are preparing for the second album, or that you were thinking, I don't know, in the future maybe to record, to shoot and video clips.
What video clips?
Yeah, are you thinking to as well release or record some video clip about, for the second album as well?
Oh yeah, there's a full music video for The Spirit Returns. Yeah, it's the first full live action one we've done, like full band and everything. So I have all my live members with me, and we shot it out in the middle of the desert.
Okay, that's interesting.
So, yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, so it's
definitely the best video that I have ever done too. I think it's just on all levels. I think it's gonna be amazing.
People posted some shoot on Instagram stories, perhaps.
Oh yes, yeah, for sure.
I was right about that. That's if I'm that would be really an amazing video clip, I guess. So it will be the song "Spirit to Return" will be released with that video.
Yeah, it'll be released with the video in the middle of May. The middle of May.
How do you handle all of this? Because it's all being released always independently. So that's important to say and mention. I mean, it's not easy. How did you manage? How are you managing all of this?
I don't really know. It's been pretty crazy. I built my own warehouse for shipping actually, because we ship so much now. I don't know. We might have talked about this in the last interview, but I was a carpenter before I did Blackbraid. I built houses and stuff. So building's pretty easy for me. So I already had like a big unfinished garage, and I like converted it into a huge warehouse for Blackbraid. So that has been very helpful. Because like we were just like running out of room with everything and all the merch and all the shipping and stuff, and like I couldn't do it in my house anymore.
You couldn't sleep outside here.
That's definitely helped, and yeah, I mean it gets extremely overwhelming doing it all myself sometimes. Well, my wife does like half of it. She does so much stuff.
Yeah.
But like between the two of us, it can still get pretty crazy. But I'm also like too stubborn to I just keep turning down all the labels. Like I don't really want help, so I've kind of done it to myself.
That's doing it by yourself, because that's as well as you feel all the effort you're putting and the result you're getting is completely came from your effort, your wife effort, the band's effort. It's all belong to you. And
but yeah, she did both of these videos for this album were done by
she recorded
her
the video?
too. Yeah, the one that comes out tomorrow is animated.
Okay.
It's like an animated video, and she did all the animation and stuff. And then The Spirit Returns is the live video, but yeah, she shot that as well.
We should give some credit as well. Like that's amazing. I mean, both combined together, we can go forward, move forward. That's amazing. And of course, now you have, of course, a live band, and so let's introduce all the full members. So who are the other guys playing with you?
Yeah. So most of my live guys are, I don't know if you know, Night of the Pale Moon is a Indigenous label, Indigenous black metal.
Yeah, no, I heard that, yeah.
But my buddy Edo, who runs that, is one of my guitarists, and everyone else is pretty much people that are associated with Night of the Pale Moon somehow. Like a lot of them play in bands where their identities are anonymous, so I don't really like to talk about them too much because I don't want to fuck it up for them, but like you know, some of them are in Maleficent, and some are in Limp of Murmur, and there's some other ones in there. My drummer has played with a ton of bands. He plays with like Cerebral Rot right now, I think, and I don't even know all their projects at this point, but they've all got like their own shit going on too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so basically these are the guys that we will see you playing as well in Europe. For my part of the world, like it's well in Europe, you will perform with these guys as well here in Europe. So like the live setting. And just let's summarizing everything. We have the Decibel tour coming out now.
Mm-hmm.
We have tomorrow the video. The single and the video. I'm getting confused. I leave you say the things because there are so many things to remember to myself. Okay, so first, what we have going?
The Decibel and the video tomorrow. Another video in the middle of the month.
Okay.
And then we have the European fests in after tour. We leave for Europe like immediately. I think we have like 2 days in between. Okay. I don't even get to go home. So yeah, I leave right from LA for Paris, I think we fly into. But yeah, after that there's really nothing until the album comes out July 7th.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm kind of taking a month or two off after that. So
yeah, I guess
I'll be doing the release, but we're not like playing any more shows.
No, just enjoy the summer a little bit with your wife, with your dogs. They deserve as well. The dogs, come on, they are always nice. Just, but of course, and I think being at Hellfest, it's you're starting like really with the right foot in Europe. Hellfest is the biggest. And also the best, but the biggest. Enjoy this. Everything is going on, and I knew since the beginning that and I know that you're gonna eat even harder, even far further, because you are really a good musician, and with your wife help as well in the graphical side. That's an amazing combo. And
thank you.
Thank you so much, and good luck, and wish all the best always. And
awesome.
Greetings to your wife and the dogs always.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Bye, John.
All right.
Have a good day. Thank you.
All right, talk soon.